to let go. Memories keep me together. Gotta fight till the end, no pressure, no pressure. And I find it hard to say no to the ones who want something better, to the ones who never say never. Will you be my pleasure?
Good morning, race fans. How are we all doing? Quite the time to choke on my coffee. It is the Nordschleife. We are halfway through the Coach Dave Delta Endurance GT3 2024 season from Formula Racing League, and it is 24 hours of the Nordschleife. Oh yes, the absolute pinnacle of motor racing. 16 miles of track, quite appropriately named the Green Hell by a fellow Scotsman, a Scotsman with some actual talent, no less. If only we could have sent some of them to Germany for the Euros. Not to be, but it is in Germany. We are here today, and it will be a multinational lineup. 147 drivers taking part. It's almost like this is one of the most popular tracks in the world. It's certainly been a very popular addition to ACC, and that screen really is not having it today. So yeah, usually audio issues, but we're having a screen issue today. The drivers are out on track. Here is a quick look at the calendar that we've been treated to so far. The Hungaroring, some highlights there at the start. Donington, Valencia, Suzuka, and my beloved Red Bull Ring. Last time out, it's been almost 24 hours of racing so far. It's going to be, sorry, 28 hours of racing up to now. I'm looking at the wrong part of my nose. 24 hours will take place today. As I mentioned, 147 drivers eagerly lined up to take part. The standard 65-minute stint timer for the drivers and the teams to adhere to. We will see a whole lot of pit stops before the end of the race. Let me just make sure that that is in fact working. I haven't actually introduced myself. My name is, of course, John Wright, aka Double O Raven. Music is still a bit loud. I may or may not be heavily medicated today. I think we can tell by the number of issues that I've had already. But the drivers out on track should be good. Hopefully the stream is running okay for yourselves at home. In the championship so far, well, I see the championship so far. We do have, there we go, some cars out on track. There is an overall tabulation of the results on one of James Williams' world famous spreadsheets. Vestas Sport are leading the way at the moment with Hold Fast Racing holding fast in second place, but it is joint second with FRL. Two teams in the top four, third and fourth at the moment. The team in third, as I say, on 374 points, exactly the same as Hold Fast Racing. So very, very, very close up at the top. Bit of a gap. Mission Spin now, their Eternal car on 339 points, almost 30 down on FRL's car in fourth position. But of course, these are all individual races with an overall tabulation of the results. So far, we've only seen 14 teams. 12 teams, sorry, take part in every race so far. Oh, we've got some times coming in at the moment. Flat Out Esports, Mattia Nachira, sorry. Putting himself on provisional pole with an 8:06. It'll be the usual at the Nordschleife. There'll be the very short formation lap. The drivers can also pit at the end of the GP circuit for driver swaps. Can't pit at the end of the Nordschleife. Quite a few different rules in place for this one. So we'll see how they go on. 11 AM local time, so they'll be hoping that track temperature massively increases. It's sitting at 21 degrees, so it's going to go through a full cycle. We've got full cloud cover at the moment as well. Chris Warner there taking the top spot at the moment. Okay, we have a minor issue. Let me just... yeah, let's have a look at that. I just need to quickly fix something. We've had a couple of issues with the broadcast software recently. Just make sure we don't have any more over today's race. Let me change that. Hello to everyone in the chat as well, by the way. Hope you're all looking forward to a long stint. The race will be covered by quite a few broadcasters today. There will be myself. I'll be bringing you through to 2:30 UK time. And then it will be the Italian stallion himself, Mr. Christian Romano, who will not only be broadcasting, he'll also be racing as well. Man of multiple talents. Annoyingly, very, very good at everything he touches. Not that I'm a jealous old man or anything. Then we'll have Ricky taking over. Of course, he will be more than familiar to Formula Racing League viewers. He'll be doing a 4-hour stint. Then it will be Mr. Chromedix, Christian Romano, taking back over again. He'll be doing a 3-hour stint. And then you will be joined by myself, 11:30 this evening till 2:30 in the morning. We'll be bringing you coverage of the race. He says as he frantically tries to fix all this in the background. That should be that, and that should be that, and that should be that. Perfect, hopefully. We'll jump back in. And then Mr. Romano will be driving some stints overnight and then bringing the last 3 hours of the race. Maybe slightly more than that. We will see what is on the cards for Mr. Romano. But that will be the broadcasters for today. While I'm loading back up as well, I really did want to jump into the driver's briefing. The last endurance race for Mr. James Williams, Keddy, Marco Keddy, and for Sergio Osorio as well, all three of them stepping down. They will be more than ably replaced, but they will most definitely be sadly missed. So yeah, big shout out and thank you to James, Sergio and Marco. Obviously, especially James. I've got on extremely well with James over the years. A phenomenal friend, and very fortunate to be able to call him a friend as well, I think. So yeah, as I say, they will be ably replaced, but they will be more than sorely missed. So thank you to the three of you for the work that you've put in. Especially James, building up, and I've left the music too loud again, for building up this phenomenal community to what it is. Absolutely enormous, now on one of the largest, or the largest, on SimGrid, providing some incredible racing and an unbelievably solid infrastructure as well. And it's yeah, no surprise that you've stood the test of time as well as you have. So yeah, big thank you to those three. And any second now, that's there we go. We have cameras. Excellent. We've also got lap times. It is Chris Warner at the top. The BMW is the Kaiser will be pleased. The BMW is getting it done in Germany at the moment. 8:04.4, 2 seconds quicker than the next nearest car. Vesta Sport Championship leaders. All the gravel being used there. That is absolute full commitment. But when you're trying to find 2 seconds, although around the north side it's an 8-minute lap, so yeah, that's way less than a tenth a second. Matteo Nachiro though, 5 thousandths behind Rebecci at the minute. Fly out with Vesta duking it out there for second spot. Then it is Formula Racing League. Bailey Thompson behind the wheel, a new name within the team. Very quick with teammate Terence Keenan behind them in 5th place. We've got the Crazy Squirrel up in 6th position. The BMWs and the Ferraris with a very good show. And Valentino Campa for BR Sim Racing. Good to see a lot of these liveries worked. I know a few of them were updated very recently. Some of the drivers do like to cut it close. Vincenzo Senatore, another new name behind the wheel of the FRL cars. That livery does look pretty good. In 8th position, then it's Camille Panis for Simulation Esports. Good to see them back involved. Hopefully they're streaming. I did see they popped up on Twitch earlier, but it didn't seem to work. Hopefully that is up and running. There he is, the man himself for Vesta Sport, Mr. Christian Romano. Out qualifying at the moment. As I say, he will be on the microphone pretty soon as well. And perfect, there is James in the chat, incident outcome sheet. Remember, on Pitwall Live as well, if you want to keep up to date with all of the action, see who's in and out of the pits. There's going to be a lot of pit stops. Oh, David Macaret's got a new livery. Very nice. I'm liking the pastel colours. And it's got Yoshi on it. How could you possibly go wrong? Okay, so each driver, Chris Minahan, Hayden Harter, they've each been given... Yeah, love to see it. Love to see it. Everyone improving. We do have one team not allowed to take part in qualifying, or at least for the first 10 minutes sim race in Belgium due to accumulation of licence points. They will be able to take part with 5 minutes to go. 39 teams out for today. I believe that we're looking at 41. We do have some Mustangs out there as well. Again, another new addition to ACC. It's been reasonably well received as well. Does sound very good. It really does sound like a full-on race car. Even in second gear, it sounds like it's going absolutely full tilt. Oh, the audio is a bit quiet. Hopefully the game is audible. For some reason, I'm barely audible. We'll jump on board with Chris Warner. He is just about to head off into the countryside. 10 minutes left to go. Of course, this part of the track we are all more than familiar with. As once we get into the countryside, it gets that little bit different. The new iteration of those curves there on that chicane. Very tight left-hander, and that is us off into the countryside, straight down here. You can see the Nordschleife is absolutely no joke. The width of the cars, in fact, let's just use Forbidden Chase Cam. You can see it's safe to say it's not the widest track on the planet. Qualifying can be vitally important. No more so at this track itself, given the length of it as well. This is the corner that catches me out every single time. Tight right, tight left, down the hill, a little bit of a straight, over the bridge, more countryside to come. Nichira has closed the gap now down to 1.4 seconds. Double right, full, absolutely flat out through there, a little bit of a... Oh no, sorry. I'm getting my corners confused. He is obviously flat out through here, up over the crest. Opens it up. Wow. Absolute commitment. The brakes fully squealing there. 9 minutes left to go, so if he gets this lap finished, he will get another one done. There will be enough time at the end of the session for the drivers to complete more laps as well. That's just the Scottish tones. But yeah, good morning to everyone in the chat, or good afternoon, good evening, whichever part of the world you may be in at the moment. We've got Theo Harlow in, Faster Pilot in as well, Dylan Kaiser Good afternoon, Nimble David. Good morning, he's cheering on car 531. We are a bit down the order at the moment. We'll jump on board with them in a second. And of course, James Williams popping in all of the info required there. The outcome spreadsheet, which I think I will open as well myself. There we go. Oh, bear with me a sec. Sorry, yep, still on board. I was just quickly checking something. I've lost one of my documents. But I will find it very, very soon. We've still got 6 minutes left of qualifying. It is still Warner that's at the top of the table. Obviously, with the length of the lap, it's going to take a while. For the cars to make their way round. It's absolutely vanished. There we go. Apologies, I had a document already with a couple of bits and pieces on there that I needed, and we now have it. So, let's crack on. As you see, where is one? Just as I got on board with everything, he is almost at the end of the lap. Just before he gets to the Dottinger straight at the back end of the car, stepping out massively there through the mini carousel. Always a fun part of the course. You'll see drivers try and make overtakes there as well. Never massively advised. Always better to do it on the exit rather than the entrance. And here he comes on to the Dottinger straight. This is where all the slipstream will take effect. He's not quite close enough to the car ahead to get any benefit. We'll see if his time, he is actually up on his time as well. So it is cloudy and it's been a pretty consistent, it's been a very consistent track temperature throughout the qualifying session. So it is just the track rubbering in a bit. He does have his headlights on as well. Flying along that straight, he is massively up on his time as well. And the Chira seems to be on a good lap as well. We'll see what Warner does as he comes across the line. Oh, and that pit entrance there blocked off. So yeah, just stay on those cones on the right, of course, where they'll do the short formation lap, so we don't do a full warm-up lap. Does go quicker again. HypeX Racing The N24 Hour, an aptly named car. They're not going to get another lap set, but with a 1.9 second gap, they'll be feeling pretty good up at the top of the tree at the moment. We've still got a few cars to set times. One, surprisingly for me, MSR Esports Gilles Aleman. Not got a time in at the moment, neither Drew Berezovsky, who I know to be very quick. We'll see what Gilles can do. With 3 minutes left to go, any cars that are in the pits, that's them done. Aleman will get this lap finished and will have another time, and will have time for another one. There is, of course, because of the length of the lap, a very long wind down timer at the end. At the end of the lap, that's what the camera will want. New livery for MSR as well. Oh, and he's clipped a wall there. Aleman really is going for it for the mission spin now car. Crosses line, goes 13th, one and done as well. So would have still had time for another. Oh, of course, yeah, the short out lap. So yeah, might still have time to squeeze one out. But we'll have to do. Yeah, a very short rotation. So he is going to set another time. 13th position then for MSR. Panis is going quicker as well, but there seems to be traffic on track for him. He's got a Vesta car just ahead of him. He is up on his time as well. Well, it's not long starting the lap, so we'll see if he can, how close he can stay to that Vesta car ahead of him. Valentino Campo is still in the top 10, so is Senatore. Chris Warner did make it back out. So there's going to be lots more laps to come. So yeah, at the moment, as I say, we've still got a couple of cars that need to get some times set. MT Motorsport Yellow Submarine, Simracing Belgium are now out. Christophe Samin out behind the wheel. They were under a quali ban, so that's their. This is going to be their one and done in the final 5 minutes. Nino Tobin. There we go. That's the warm up there. Some of the barriers. We knew they weren't going to survive. But that is the short lap to get themselves back out on the track, rather than, of course, doing a full lap as an out lap. That would be just that little bit too long. Oh, now was Warner managed to get across the line? His time is red, but he is out on track, so we'll see how he gets on with that. We've got Matteo Nechira just getting started on his final lap. Let me just see. Yeah, Nechira is still on a lap. Bailey Thompson going quicker at the minute. So is oh no, it's Ricardo Mecking, sorry. They've swapped driver. Sandro Lepello is handed over the wheel. David Macaretta down in 21st position. Christian Romano, the Vesta Sport car, now down in 19th. So quite a few times coming in. Elliot Watts in the pits. In the Porsche in 20th position. Maxime Roland going quicker. So too Fabian Karner for Advisor. Got a fair bit of time in his pocket. Could see 4, 5 positions coming his way. Tom Curtin will certainly be hoping for the same. So too Andrew Shaw for the Global Enduro Mustang. Another car with a fair bit of time there. Nachira, again, is going quicker, but at the moment, nowhere near quick enough to overturn the gap that Warner's got up at the top of the field. Let me see. Oh, there's another car just invalidating their final lap. Rebecca into the pits, so too is Not-ins into the pits as well. So a few of the two of the cars in the top 10 in, still quite a few of them out and running. As he comes into Callan Hardin, most definitely is. The curbs, well, you can see just how high some of these curbs are, especially compared to the Ferrari. Another fun right-handed corner there, just absolutely mashing that exit curb through Bright Street and into Berkwork. I'm going to absolutely brutalise every corner name that I try and pronounce, so we will be pronouncing as few of them as possible, rather than risk me getting completely banned from ever visiting Germany. It's fine when we get to Brunchen and the Dortlinger Straight. We're all good with that. Warsteiner curve, that's fine, but yeah, some of these out in the middle of the countryside, yeah, fun times. Fun times like the Tira's having at the moment. What has he got? Oh, he's only a 10th up. Ricardo Meeking, though, absolutely flying. He's looking at a very good time at the moment. It should half the gap between himself and pole position, which will bring him up a couple of spots to say the least. Yevgeny Gamov as well, the crazy squirrel team, once in the top 10, now find themselves just outside with Daniel Berezovsky. Oh, my apologies, I said that was Drew, it's Daniel. Getting my Berezovskys mixed up, my apologies. But he too, a second. Kroski back into the pit, so that's his lap done. He was looking good until he wasn't there, unfortunately for him. Nachira still finding time. Look how quick that Ferrari is. Absolutely in through there. He's already well through Brunchen, heading towards the Dortlinger Straight. Once again, he's got time. It's not going to be enough to take pole position at the minute. Bailey Thompson, oh, and in fact, Ricardo Meeking is putting in a very good time at the moment. And I mean a very good time at the moment. We'll see if he can bring this one home. The cheer is going to be home first. He's already on the Dortinger hole. So we'll see how he gets on. Bailey is at the end, in fact, so we'll see. Bailey looking at a good time as well. 1 second up at the moment. 1.1 and goes second place, but for how long? FRL will be... They won't be celebrating in a minute because someone will have a keen eye on the pit wall timing and they'll see that Nachira is going very quickly indeed. It's not going to be enough to catch Warner, I don't think, but it is going to be enough to leapfrog the FRL Ferrari. It is indeed 1.2, 4 tenths quicker than the Nachira, 1.2 from Werner. We now have Ricardo Meeking. And as I say, he is tracking very quickly indeed. It's saying he's on for pole position. And no, he's not. That was an outlapper invalidated right at the end. Whatever happened, that did not clock a time there for Meeking. So he is going to... Oh. Yeah, there it is, qualifying run and done. And it is the four-man team, the four-driver team, Warner, Sparks, Tut and Perry. 2 purple sectors. Quite a few on there, obviously. But it does split it down to 3. Let's see what this is. And we'll get the times back up again. But yeah, there we can see 1.5 seconds is the difference. So that is quite the gap we've got up at the front of the field. Given how close the rest of it is, we did have 37 of the cars that managed to set a time. Tobin and De Jong not quite making it across the line at the end. Let's see if we can get on board. No, we can't. But yeah, we'll get on board very shortly. Thompson for FRL did everything he could at the end there, pipped to second place by 3 tenths of a second, still 8 tenths ahead of Vesta though, with FRL. 2 cars in the top 5. QRT's mecking there. The pace he was showing at the end of qualifying, it did look like he was on for pole position. So he'll definitely be one to watch off the start-finish line, off the start line, and see how he gets on in the opening lap. One driver taking part in this single-handedly. Oh no, my apologies, it's Team E-Tracks, right, okay, yeah, so they share a sim rig. And they've got no wheels on the car. That's a bold strategy. Let's see how that one plays out for them. It says it's David Sparks, behind the wheel. To start off the race for the pole sitters. BMW with 2 cars in the top 5, 3 Ferraris tucked in there. We've got an Aston Martin in the top 10. Gilles Alleman for MSR, actually. I didn't even spot that. Managed to get the car up into the top 10. That's quite the lineup they've got. Alleman, Murasaki, Schaber, Yannick Plus and Maxim Oberon. They're definitely going to be a team to watch over the 24 hours. Their most recent race, actually, they got trapped in the pits after leading for 4 hours, so hopefully no technical issues for them this time out. A couple of drivers just swapping over. So we'll let the server calm down for a moment. It is the Coach Dave Delta Endurance GT3 2024. GT3 season 2024. It is round number 6 with 24 hours of the Nords life. Oh, a couple of penalties coming in. Let me just see now. Yeah, a couple of penalties popping in on a couple of the cars. I'm not sure if that was for qualifying incidents or from previous races. But yeah, a few cars up at the top of the field, so we'll have a look at that when we get back on board. There we go. No. Of course, it'll be a couple of cars starting in the pits as well. But Hypex, of course, up on the front of the leading the way. FRL and then Vesta Sport in 4th position. FRL currently in 5th place. QRT starting in 6th position. I'm not sure, I think it's Meccan behind the wheel. Cronus, very good name. And then MSR in 8th position. Benjamin Eck behind the wheel for Formula Racing League. Sorry, it's Senatore for FRL. Then rounding at the top 10, Hold Fast Motorsport. Then it is Crazy Squirrel, 11th position. They made it up to. Then it is FNM, then BR SimSport in 13th position. Simunation in 14th place. I'm not sure if that's Caselli behind the wheel. Then it is Wild Things Racing, and we've noticed them on the grid. With back markers in 16th position. Berezovsky behind the wheel for the minus 0.3. Then Remnant Racing in 18th. Vestasport in 19th position. With Sim Racing Belgium qualifying up in 20th. Porsche Manthe Schumi Skins starting in 21st with TSE Phoenixian's car in 22nd position. Oh, and we're already underway, of course. It's a much shorter lap than I anticipated, but let's see how they go on at the start. It's Sparks with a very good run. They're going to go 3 wide. Vestasport looking to make it an interesting proposition into turn number 1. They're going to go 3 wide in the background. The race leader, or pole sitter, manages to hold on to it. He's just got that inside line through turn number 2. A couple of penalties. FRL look like they're trying to make a move as well. Afonso coming under serious pressure here. He's going to have to battle off 2 of them as all the cones get sent absolutely flying. A couple of yellow flags further down the field as we can. Oh, Simulation Esports stage exit right after turn 3. We've got a yellow flag further down the field as well. That is Matthias Kazelia right at the start of the race, with Team E-Track starting from the pits. Diego Souza getting caught up in an early incident as well. Warner though off and running a Ponzi. It's Nuchira behind the wheel, sorry. Or is it Alfonsi? We'll see, but whoever it is, it's RNM flat out that have managed to fend off the advances of FRL and the Vestasport car. Terence Keenan for FRL. Currently in 5th position with Philip Brescia for Holdfast Motorsport. We'll let the timing tower catch up. We did have a couple of incidents off the start line. They're just about to head into the countryside. Apparently there was an accident up near the front here. Sorry, down at the back, the rock. Witnessed it also. There was a car out on the grab, as you can see there, 4 wide all the way through. A couple of cars catching up late, so that wasn't actually an accident. My apologies. Let's just have a look and see. Here we go. So this was the turn 1 incident. It's Marcus Eng who goes for the move up the inside there, the Mustang. Looking for a bit of space if they could. They were 4 wide up on. It was just the gents that was out. Okay, so yeah, made contact with the Mercedes. Slightest contact there, and that sends the Mercedes spinning round. It's David Sparks that's behind the wheel in first position, not 15th. The Tira is in second. Bailey Thompson is in third with Rebecca. Francis Adame, sorry, the telemetry really is having a bit of a moment at the moment, so we'll check down the field. Sender Jacobs in 18th position. It's Ricardo Mecking that's actually behind the wheel. And they've had a big drop in position as well. Let's see if we can find out what's happened there. No real recognition as to what's to happen to the QRT car. But they are down in 18th position at the moment. So a big drop. We've also just had another yellow flag down the field. The driver's really struggling with the conditions. It is optimum. The track's only up 2 degrees at the moment. Camille Pan is behind the wheel for Simulation, down in 31st position after a difficult start. Oh, and there's Andrew Shaw facing the wrong way. So the Mustang, oh, that doesn't look the smoothest on the steering there. If you're, oh, yeah. So that is the nightmare of the North's life: getting a damaged car and then having to make your way back to the pits. Yep, and he's just at the return to pits here. A rolling liability at that point, unfortunately. Bailey Thompson. Definitely up in third place. I think we've got some correct. There we go. We're starting to get some real information on the timing towers. Bailey Thompson really getting some information about the driver ahead. These two both got penalties, but they're dueling out for second and third early doors. Gilles Alleman with a good start as well. He's held on to 8th position while quite a few cars around him have changed. Of course, the QRT car dropping down 12 spots has definitely aided them for this one. So holding strong there. We've got the FNM car, they're up 3 positions, so too BR Simsport and Back Marker. Not so Back Marker is when you're up 5 positions off the start. We've got David Macaretta, who's had to come into the pits at the end of lap 1. The Global Enduro car, of course, we saw come in. Dylan 48, they're down quite a few positions. Astro Racing as well, a lot of damage on lap 1. Cronus, they're carting a fair bit of damage there themselves, so too the Simulation team, as expected. Fabian Carner as well has lost a couple of positions in the opening exchanges, looking to get them back though, and as so too the Crazy Squirrel team, another car that's absolutely tumbled down the order. They had a really good start to the race. Let's see. Oh no, I think this was actually post-incident. A little bit of a stutter there. That's through Advan Bogan, so this is before they get out into the countryside. Another BMW. That is the QRT car. Oh, wow. That is all kinds of airborne. All kinds of airborne, so that's why the Crazy Squirrel team have ended up that far down the order. We're still on board with Bailey Thompson. In fact, let's jump on board with Ricardo Meeking, which is another solid battle forming through there. Just getting to the end of lap 1. That is the joy of 16 miles of track. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'm very quickly just going to pop this up. Just need to check that we are broadcasting properly. Sorry, we've yeah, some of the graphics not quite set right correctly. There we go, hopefully that looks a bit better. Just the North-South doing North-South things, really. Gilles Aleman having a solid start to the race, one of the few in the top 10 to hold on to this, or one of the few outside the top 5 to hold on to their starting position. Bailey Thompson still absolutely holding on to the back of Mattia Nechira. Senatore looking close as well. So a few of the drivers managing to keep it close in the early exchanges. We've got some Dmitry Smirnov down another position. Gaz Gasolina dropping a position as well. Nino Tobin in the team for Astro, down on their qualifying, certainly up 15 positions since the start of the race. So an incredible start that they've had so far. Bailey Thompson, as we can see, onto the Dottinger Straight. It's the first time of asking. He's going to have the slipstream. Warner is completely broken free, 2 seconds up the road. So absolutely solid first lap by Warner. Left the rest of the pack battling hard. Meekin fully entrenched now. He is well down the order as well. So definitely has pace on the cars around him. You can see just how strong the slipstream is. Ferrari v Ferrari before they even get to the left-hand kink. They're going to be side by side. This is going to be an interesting one into the braking zone, and that's not what we wanted. This is what we wanted. Oh, and they've made contact. They've made contact. Second and third have made contact at the end of lap number 1, and it has let quite a few cars through. They've already got penalties. And that's not gone well. And how has that not shown up as an incident? My goodness me. Yeah, some of this stuff really is broken. Right, let's watch back and see if I can get a replay of that just as I flicked away on the camera. Absolutely. I could not predict it, but that is Bailey Thompson massively down the off. You certainly can't win a race on lap 1, but you can absolutely lose one. And I think that's what's going to happen here. Bailey Thompson had a good run around the outside of Nechira. Hopefully we get to see the contact here. The replay function not always the best. So they're side by side. Yeah, just seen the moment of contact there, and Nechira has come into the pits, in fact. So Nechira has come into the pits, so that's put an FRL car back on the podium as Terence Keenan in the Ferrari up into third position. Chris Warner now has 7 seconds. Not in their wildest dreams did Team HypeX Racing think they would have a 7.5 second lead at the end of the first lap, but that is where we find ourselves. Gilles Aleman and MSR up in a 6th position. Senatore all over the back of Brescia as well. Ricardo Meeking made up a few positions there, so too Christian Romano for Vesta Sport. Tobin up another couple of spots. We'll see Nechira is in the pits getting that damage repaired. Spencer Brown on the way in. Daniel Mateus in the pits as well. Bailey Thompson is still running. Doesn't seem to be too much damage on the car for himself, but certainly not the case for Nechira. So just as we thought we knew the results of the opening lap, it's all changed, and it's going to change again as Daniel Berezovsky for the minus 0.3 International Racing Club right on the back now of the Wild Things car. Oh, and there's a wayward Aston Martin. That's not Gilles Aleman's Aston Martin. Is that Brescia? That is Philippe Brescia facing the wrong way. Let's see what's happened there. So there isn't anyone too... Oh, and the car massively unsettled over the curbs there as it comes through 4 and 5. Oh, and that's a whole lot of sliding. That does not look like the car's being controlled. Oh, Gilles Aleman, almost Aston on Aston crime there. Manages to make it through, does hold his brakes, and the cameraman, who a bit of motion sickness there, apologies, Brescia, now being overtaken by Elliot Watts in 16th position. That's Kai Verona. There's Elliot Watts there, sorry. So Watts up to 12th position after all the toing and froing. We've got another yellow flag. Now we've got another 2 yellow flags, and in fact one of them, car 42, Ricardo making. So that's his Vesta Sport. Wow, that's very close there, and the BMW leaving just enough room for the Ferrari to go around the outside. Oh, and he's gone too far around the outside. He's ricocheted off, and I tell you, he's done well. That's going to be a bit of damage up the side of the car. But that certainly could have been a whole lot worse. It is, yeah, drivers keeping everyone on their toes in the opening lap. I think the opening 3 hours will be live stewarded, then it will be by tickets in the Discord. Terence Keenan and Roberto Rebecchi. So we're back on board with a battle for second position. It does involve FRL, but it's Terence Keenan's Ferrari and Vesta Sport that find themselves in the hallowed podium position. Let's see if they can successfully make it to the end of the Dottinger Straight without completely screwing the pooch, I believe is the technical term. Vincenzo Senatore behind the wheel for Formula Racing League. So they've still got 2 cars in the top 5. Not the 2 that they were expecting, given the way qualifying in the opening lap was opening out. Remnant Racing, Nathan Pierce, another BMW, putting in some good sector times. He's got Daniel Berezovsky just ahead of him, and he is caught up in a battle with Brogan Dyer for Wild Things Racing. Can't believe I missed their livery during qualifying. Apologies to Wild Things. How do you miss that livery? It is an absolute stunner. I do like the one that the was it blue that had the silver writing on it? That was a really nice livery. Oh, Brogan Dyer coming under all kinds of pressure. BMW versus Ford in Germany. Pierce has got a good view of this one as well. He too in the BMW. Tight, twisty course. It's all fine and well being on the rear spoiler of the car ahead, but this is, as we've seen, not the widest track on the planet. We've got Ricardo Meeking getting an overtake done there just on Marcus Eng. Christophe Semin not too far down the road for Sim Racing Belgium. They've had a decent start. They've stayed in position. One of only 2 cars. Oh no, sorry, he's just got an overtake done. He's just got an overtake done there, so that's put them up 1 spot. We've got some penalties coming in. Fabian Cardner picking up 10 seconds of penalties. Bailey Thompson picking up a 15-second penalty, and we've got the E-Tracks team have picked up a drive-through. I think that's for speeding in the pit lane. So far the only car to remain in position on the opening lap and a half, it is the race leaders, who are now 10 seconds up the road. That is an absolutely dream start to a 24-hour race here at the Nordschleife. Absolutely does not get any better than that. It's exactly what you need, especially when 2nd and 3rd. Ooh, now Terence Keenan has lost a bit of time there. No yellow flags there. Do have more yellow flags for the Advisor team as well. Gilles Alleman, dream start for them as well. They've got a clear bit of air front and back, and they are in 4th position, qualified in 8th place, so definitely trending upward. The car behind, oh, there we go. That is the mini carousel killer shuffle there. Almost took out a couple of the contenders. We'll see if they can survive into the Dottinger Straight, because Campa, my apologies. I'm very used to commentating on a driver with a surname Campo, and that one's going to stick, unfortunately, Valentino. My apologies. But we're going to stick on this one, because you can see again the slipstream be strong on the Dottinger. Gilles Alleman's going to be looking in his rear view mirror. This one is Valentino Campa gets the car side by side. Apologies if there is any drop in the graphical quality. The Nordschleife does hammer the graphics. I should maybe turn them down a little bit for this race. And it's a nice smooth move. by BR Simsport, absolutely capitalising on the slipstream turns. Keenan unable to do the same. Let's see if Daniel Berezovsky just coming off the Dottinger straight as well. And he has managed to get himself ahead of Brogan Dyer. So yep, again using the slipstream. That's exactly how it's done. Brogan Dyer's going to look to make the overtake. That is a Simulation Esports car. Whoa, that's got himself just in the middle there as the two blue flags come past. That's oh no, my apologies. That's FNM. That is Fear No More. That is that is a legitimate overtake. My apologies. That is a legitimate overtake. David Granz coming under all kinds of pressure. Then the two cars slipstreaming behind and absolutely engulfing him. Oh, in the back of the McLaren there, he's almost lost it as they head down towards the hairpin, and that is going to be 2 positions lost then for David Granz in the FNM McLaren Endurance. Oh, the back of that car not looking planted at all there. Tyres really not happy. This is definitely not a course where you want to be wearing out your tyres too early. 65-minute stint timer, so it's only going to be about 6 laps that the drivers get put in, maybe 7 between stints, but it's still a lot of tarmac to cover. Kai Verona putting pressure on Duloy ahead of him. We've got Ricardo Meeking back in the pits. That's Camille Panis. And that is Chris Jones for the long smile. British Heart Foundation. I have to say I'm a massive advocate of that particular charity, given how much work they've done keeping my my daughter on the go. So yeah, if you ever do want to donate to a charity, I can testify British Heart Foundation does some phenomenal work. Yeah, my daughter is still here, so can testify. But yeah, Chris Jones in the long smile car. That isn't actually who I was looking for though, my apologies. It was Ricardo Meeking. He seems to be completely dropping off the radar in the pits. Oh wow, that's a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Promising start to the race. I think we can actually catch. Oh no, it was the Vesta car again. Oh no, sorry, this is the same incident. So this isn't what's caused all the damage that they currently have. For some reason that has overwritten that. But yeah, certainly there they are back at around 32nd position. 23 hours and 40 minutes to go though. Plenty of time still left to go, but it is going to be a long comeback drive. Senatore in 6th position. Got Campa still ahead. Campa now. In fact, catching up on Gilles Alleman by the look of things. In fact, yeah, definitely is. A fair bit of the lap to go, but he'll definitely be hoping to get some. Oh, we'll have more penalties coming in. We've got Maximilian Niederel for the back marker team. They've picked up a 10-second penalty. So too is Elliot Watts. We've also the Team E tracks. Stop go 32nd for speeding in the pit lane. Got themselves up from the back of the grid up to 35th. That's going to drop them right back down again. Global Enduro with that early pit stop. So too David Macaretta, the TSE team. There is the Lambo of Spencer Brown as well. The Dillon 4018 team. Down in 37th position. Democus Kiss. That's William Glover, who's just got the overtake done, in fact. On Sousa, Democus Kiss up in 27th, chasing down Alexandra Larocque. So they've changed drivers after that early pit stop. Gaz Gasolina, who started quite far down the order, has made it back up 3 positions. The yellow submarine team, and it might be another easy one as Marcus saying ahead of them, that Mustang. Not looking aerodynamically sounds. A lot of problems going on there. The car almost looks like it's crabbing around that corner. But no, server ping seems to be okay. Yeah, so we'll see how this overtake plays out as... Oh, in fact, Elliot Watts, sorry, up inside the top 15, Corsa on Corsa action, and Christian Romano as well, actually, the best of sport car, up a few spots, now getting a bit of breathing space because the two Porsches are behind are battling away. Chris Warner, what a start they've had. Yeah, like I say, I guarantee there's no way in Hypex's wildest dreams they thought they'd have a lead this large with less than 30 minutes gone of the race. The north side. Oh no, what we've got here. Oh, Elliot Watts just having a bit of an off-track moment. Roland managing to hang on to it. Watts will need to be careful. Already got a penalty. Doesn't want to be adding to that before he comes into the pit. Yeah, number 2 rule of endurance racing: spend as little time as possible in the pits. So definitely want to make sure they avoid that. The FNM car has gotten back ahead of, Philippe Berger catching up. Catching up to the FNM car. But, oh, that's a massive wiggle again. The FNM for McLaren really is on ice skates. So many times we've seen the back of the car going, wow, the Aston Martin on that inside curve. So high those curves really do adjust the telemetry. Adjust the momentum of the car in whatever direction it decides. Down the hill we go. Berger, who's down quite a few positions, so we know he's got pace on Grans, but Grans has got track position. Brogan Dyer using this time wisely, trying to break away, and Berger definitely the quicker of the two, and that's bringing Pierce into this battle as well. Pierce catching up, and Romano 4 seconds down the road could be done a huge favour here. Duvaloy has been overtaken by Watts. Watts has still got that penalty though. Verona and Samin right on the back of that battle as well. So that's quite the train that's forming that part of the track. Over the hump we go. Stomach goes into full rinse cycle mode there. One of the most popular spectator parts of the course as well here. Down the hill, such a roller coaster of the course, all that, and then you hit the mini carousel. Promptly throws you out stage exit right as they continue to chase. Oh no. There we go, that froze for a sec. Berger now, so let's see who's got the slipstream on the Dottinger. There's quite a few cars there. Berger doing his best. Not quite close enough. Gran is to Brogan Dyer though. Campbell looks like he closed the gap quite a bit as well. We're going to see Watts close in on Roland for sure. And David Grans has got a decision to make here. Ooh, and he's gone defensive there. Brogan Dyer decided to close that door, wanted to send Gran round the other side. It keeps Gran behind them for the moment. Will that be the same into turn number 1 though? And how close is Philip Berger going to get? He really did manage to get himself a fair bit of pace along that Dottinger straight. The Aston Martin in a straight line is still an absolute monster. Brogan Dyer goes mega defensive early. The McLaren stays around the outside. Philippe Berger tries to follow on. He's gone through on the BMW. He's gone through on the McLaren, he's followed the BMW through. The McLaren's going to have the inside line through turn number 2. Round the outside goes the Aston Martin. Is he going to hang on to it? He's not. The McLaren just squeezing in front. Millimetres between the three of them as they head down into turn number 3, going through the GP circuit. Oh, slightest bit of contact there. Philippe Berger using the curbs there, the drainage ditch, to keep the car going in the right direction down towards the hairpin. It's still Dyer, Grant and Berger in that order, and they've got a couple of cars just ahead. Pierce 1.1 seconds down the road. Roland and Watts are still doing battle, so too are Verona and Duvaloy. We've got Tobin into the pits, so that's a few cars been into the pits so far. Let me just check on something. close with Brescia. This is a really edge of the seat stuff at the moment. It's still got the double cloud as well. So we could see rain appear at any moment. We are at what is theoretically the warmest part of the day. You would think it's going to get a little bit warmer towards about 4 o'clock, unless it starts to rain. We'll see how that goes. Roland still absolutely in the hunt as well. And in fact, he is past Elliott Watts. He's got the overtake done, sorry. So, yeah, he's managed to get that done. That was just at the start of the lap out in the countryside, just out after the GP circuit. Rain fully firing today, of course. We've got on board then again with Nathan Pearce and Warner. 17 seconds now is that gap as we get the first 30 minutes out of the way again. An absolute dream start to a 24-hour race for the BMW team. They'll, of course, won't be too excited at the moment. Still a long way to go. They will have a while before they start hitting traffic as well. One of the good things about the north side, of course, once they do hit traffic, then it will be constant to the end of the race, but it should be a while before he encounters any. We've still got 39 cars in the race. We've had quite a few have to come into the pits so far. Can't quickly count that on the fly. 3, 6... Yeah, 9 cars have been in so far. The E-Trax team have been in 3 times. Twice for penalty, 1 for some repairs. And round to the left we go. Phenomenal work by all 4 of these cars then. Brogan Dyer leading the way. We've got some more penalties coming in. Car number 94. Oh, Marcus Eng. Right on the bubble, there he was. Sorry, Marcus Eng. So another 15 seconds, sorry, 30 seconds in total then for car 94. We did have someone in the chat here on car 553 as well, actually. 531, sorry, Gasolina, there he is there. But yeah, 30-second of penalty for Marcus Eng, so really not a great start for them. Camille Panis is the car behind the simulation car, down 7 positions. So that's going to be one they're definitely going to be getting back. More penalties coming in as well. This time car number 52. Oh, my apologies. That is 51. Yeah, Andrew Shaw for the Global Enduro team. 10 seconds. They've just picked up. We've got the Lamborghini into the pits after only 30 minutes. So another team going for an early stop. Again, it's a 65-minute stint timer, so there is going to be a lot of cars making their way into the pits. That is Gilles Alaman there. Sorry, there's Senatore there. Still very close for the Formula Racing team driver in 5th position to Campa ahead. Alaman now 6th position, so back down 1. Berezovsky doing some good work in the Mustang. Of course, back marker behind them. Got themselves this penalty. They've now also got Brogan Dyer and Wild Things Racing right on their rear spoiler. Looks like Brogan was going to fall foul of Brescia, but it's gone the other way. Granz has been overtaken by Brescia, and Pearce looking to get past Granz as well. Again, the back of that McLaren really not looking the most planted. Wow, over those curves. It is quite frankly amazing, the distance between the ground and the cars. Wow, they're both in BMW. It's massively different braking points though. Dyer absolutely in the hunt for this one though. Through the mini carousel. Ooh, he's maybe dropped the ball ever so slightly. Is that going to give Brazier a look at this one? He's going to get closer. It really is a game of cat and mouse at the minute. How far back is Nathan Pearce? So he's just dropped a couple of tenths there as well. So that's going to drop him off the battle as they go on to the Dottinger Straight. Let's see what Brogan Dyer can do. Is he going to be able to fend off the Aston Martin while reeling in the BMW head? It looks like again, Aston Martin in a straight line. Absolutely to be feared. Oh, but he's backed out of it and fallen back into line as Brogan Dyer closes up ahead, but they're just in the left-hand kink now. Brazier perhaps feeling he wouldn't have been able to get both overtakes done, but Brogan Dyer definitely feels that he can get it done as he goes around outside. Oh, he's got all his wheels on the grass. That's going to be a bit of a mess. Oh, and after all that work keeping it out with the barrier, he does eventually hit. Oh, and he's trying to get himself out of the way and has put Brazier through. Brazier then could safely say that he used a bit of foresight there. Absolutely. Looked like he saw that one coming. Brogan Dyer not quite able to get that one done. Finds his way off track. Whole lot of yellow flags. You can see the point there where Brazier falls back into line. And that could be a race-saving decision right there, given what happened. If he would have been on the outside of that, oh, there was contact. And you can see he did everything he could to keep it out of the wall, but right at the last second, Brogan Dyer finds himself into the wall, so there was a big contact there. The only real saving grace is it was right at the end of the lap, so he's been able to come straight into the pits to get any of that damage sorted, but definitely a contender for top 10, and the team still will be going forward, I feel. Yeah, once you get back out, we've still got a lot of racing for the rest of the team to get involved in. I feel as well that Backmarker might get themselves an extension on that penalty that they currently have. David Granz, despite the back of that McLaren looking ever so slightly ropey on more than one occasion, find themselves back up into 9th position. Philippe Brazier in the Aston Martin for hold fast. They are on an ascension. They're and now actually up 2 places on where they started after dropping quite a few at the start. There is penalties coming in. That is for the Cronus Racing team picking up a penalty. TSE are back in the pits. That is quick. They've already done a driver swap. Oh my goodness me, my apologies, sorry, it's 2 different cars, my goodness. David Macaretta, there's one TSC car, Alexander LaRocque is in the other TSC car, that's the Project D car. So they're into the pits. Chris Warner is still in a race of his own up at the front. That funny moment when your hearing goes. Yeah, we're on board with Rebecca. 21 seconds down the road, turns Keenan. In a very solid 3rd place at the moment. Let's keep an eye on Backmarker Racing, though they're closing back up on FNM. Fear no McLaren. Only a 10th down, Needle of course with a 10-second penalty. There may be more coming his way, or coming their way, given the contact that we saw. Pierce up to 11th position. Romano as well having a good start to the race. He'll be in the commentary box. 7 positions they're up so far. Bailey Thompson back up to 20th position after starting in the front 3 rows of the grid. Oh, near a lap up, right, so that is, yeah, a confusing situation there, but that is, yeah, Marcus Singh, sorry, he's just gone past Marcus Singh, who's carrying damage and a penalty, but Thompson carrying a penalty as well, so these 2 are going to drop another position or 2 given the gap that we've got. Brogan Dyer seems to be losing more spots there. Oh, of course, Freshly out the pits. Okay, so sorry, yeah, this is just another look at the same accident. No, never put the bit. Yeah, so yeah, just another quick look at that same accident there. But Dyer now down in 25th position. There is Romano up in 12th place, and Senatore is still looking for a potential overtake. That'll be why. Right, okay. Yeah, Senatore, sorry, I've just realised there's a slight issue with part of the broadcast that I can't actually fix while we're live, but I'll get it fixed for when I'm back this evening. Neither for back marker, still 3/10 and looking for an overtake there. So too, in fact, Elliot Watts has just retaken the position from Roland, the two Porsches, having an absolute ding-dong battle just inside the top 15 at the moment. Positions keep changing there. Gilles Allemann has closed up handily on the battle ahead. They do have a black marker. That's one of the TSE cars just ahead of them. As you can see, Allemann right on the back of Senatore and Campa. While the blue flag waves, so these three cars will be looking to get past as quickly as possible, and I'm sure all three of them, or at least two of them, will be looking for a sneaky overtake if they can. It's always good to be able to use the traffic ahead to try and further your position. We'll see what Allemann can do though. Up a couple of spots on their start as well. A good qualifying right at the end. Got themselves up in the 8th, now up 2 spots. Extra bit of tyre squeal there, but has managed to keep it between the Mayo and the Mustard. Can't afford to do that in too many corners around here. The track temperature's actually just come back down. So it started at 23 and we're now down to 22. Still double cloud cover with no sign of rain at the moment. It'll be interesting to see the radar at a distance. As they head into the mini carousel, there is the blue flag just getting out of the way for Campa. It'll be Senatore looking to get through quickly next. I think it's all going to get done on the Dottinger. It's going to be an interesting proposition actually. Allemann in the Aston Martin. We've already seen what the Aston can do in a straight line in the slipstream, and he's definitely going to be getting slipstream here from the FRL car, who's going to be getting slipstream from the back marker. Now with the TSE car, now the TSE car's moved over and isn't pulling any slipstream from the BMW. Well, of course, doesn't want to then re-overtake the car ahead and cause any issues into the GP circuit. Gilles Allemann being shown the inside line there by Senatore. They're getting to the end of the Dottinger straight, and the Ferrari looking for a bit of track position, can't be found. Allemann opening up the corner as much as possible. They've made contact. Oh, they've made another contact. Oh, and it's the Ferrari that's been left wayward there. Senatore not able to hold on to it. Gilles Allemann was. Philip Brescia is going to be gifted a position here as well, I think. Where is Senatore? Oh, still trying to right the car. So Senatore still trying to get the car righted again. 12th position at the moment. So that is going to be a big drop there. Let's just have another look at this one. So you can see the two of them coming along at the Dottinger straight. Senatore on at the outside line. Oh, they made double contacts there. So that'll be another one for the stewards to have themselves a look at. Warner, all these accidents don't really affect him at the moment. It does mean he's going to come into blue flags himself a lot sooner than he would have anticipated. Certainly will be coming into the pit for another 2 laps. The 65-minute stint timer we've got 23 minutes left, so it'll going to be another 2 laps. So yeah, I suspected early doors we're going to see about 7 laps per stint. If the drivers time it right, and we'll see how good the team strategists have got this one. Now, Christophe Simin, the Racing Sim Belgium team, only qualified in the last 5 minutes of quali, up 3 spots ahead of Simulation and FRL at the moment. The FRL car, of course, with that penalty as well. Duvalloy coming in to the pits. That is a bit of an early one, but they are carrying a lot of damage as well on that Gazelle Motorsport Ferrari. No penalty for them though, so they'll regain a couple of positions from the cars around them having the penalties. Christophe Simin chasing down Gasolina, who the yellow submarine, wrong place, wrong time, was collected by a BMW early doors, but has still made it up 7 positions on the start, so a phenomenal start for the Mercedes drivers. In fact, he's got yeah, one of only 4, Darrell Young. My goodness me, how can I forget Darrell's name? Darrell, I apologise, it was your blue livery with the silver writing I was trying to remember. But yeah, we've got 5 teams, sorry. 5 teams with 6 drivers. Gasolina, one of those teams, the Yellow Submarine. So yeah, plenty of drivers to share that workload. We've got a few 4-man teams and a couple of 3-man teams as well. That's a whole lot of driving if you're in a 3-man team in a 24-hour race, that is for sure. A whole lot of triple stints, I think. It's not Simonoff I was looking for. It's Duvalloy's just come out the pits. He's dropped quite a few positions there, as you would expect, down into 28th, even though it's in 20th there. Definitely down in 28th position. We've got Nathan Pierce for Remnant Racing, now closing a bit on Niedrel ahead, who's got that penalty. Philippe Brescia still in a battle with Gilles Aleman, as he's just got past Berezovsky. So he has just made the move, sorry, on Berezovsky. I've missed that overtake there. I think Berezovsky's had an issue. Let's have a look at this and see. Now, did he have to take avoiding action? Yep, there's still some clouds. Yep, so he had to take some avoiding action, so he lost a bit of time there with the FRL Ferrari. Facing the wrong way. That snuck up on him ever so slightly. Oh, and so did that gravel there. And that grass is going to rob him of momentum. 2 wheels there. Not the best place to do that. Just as I say that, Brescia almost putting it in the wall himself. What a save that was. Absolutely solid reflexes from Brescia there. Very nearly losing it on the curb. And Aleman had almost gifted them a position as well. He put 2 wheels on the grabber. Brescia went one better and put 2 wheels on the curb. Really unsettled the car. He is definitely looking the quicker of the two though. Oh, I don't think that's the wisest thing to do. Some parts of the track you really can't get past. I know you do need to put 2 wheels on there sometimes to get the overtake done, but wouldn't you better wait in a few more corners until he gets onto this slightly straighter, less twisty section. Heavy on the brakes through here. Oh, and it's Aleman just running ever so slightly deep there. That's got Brescia right back onto the rear spoiler again. He's going to look for a move. on the exit to the carousel, surely. Is he going to pop it out to the right? Nope, he's going to stay in line. Now, all the while, Berezovsky is managing to hang on at the back of these two as well. Now, got a few corners to go to get to Brunshin, then it'll be the race to the straight. Oh, down the hill, the plummet. Oh, both Astons absolutely right on the edge. Pierce is on the back of Niederl, as well as Samin still trying to get his way past Gasolina there in 16th and 17th. So slightly. Nope, that's none of that, unfortunately. Neither is Gilles Alemant. He is fully defending this one. We'll see what happens again on the Nottingham State. We'll see what the Aston Martins can do against every other car. We'll see how the two of them do against one another. Brescia is going to be perfectly positioned here. So too is Berezovsky, actually. He could be the one to watch in this battle as they make their way onto the Nottingham Straight. If he can keep it within 4/10 of a second, he is going to be perfectly positioned for that slipstream advantage. Although Brescia might get the job done before and be just before the Nottingham Straight. Although not be the best place to overtake, given that you're just about to give up that slipstream again. So through the mini carousel does keep it as is. 5th for Alemant, 6th for Brescia, Berezovsky in 7th. We'll see what we're like. Oh, and that's the 934, that's Fabian Karner. Manuel Novak, sorry, behind the wheel. So he's just taken over. Oh, and he's already getting it done right at the start of the Nottingham Straight. He's absolutely fired out the corner there. I look down at the telemetry to see the yellow flag, and they're going to go absolutely side by side. What can Berezovsky do? He could. Is he close enough? No, he's not. Berezovsky. Oh, he's being left behind by the two. Brescia, though, really trying to get it done round the outside. The two of them absolutely matched for pace. Brescia has just got his nose in front as they get to the left-hand kink. And as they get into the stadium section, that is a Holdfast Motorsport. A very good overtake. No slipstream needed on the dotting. I've just got it done on the corner exit. And that is up to 5th position for Holdfast. Oh, the crazy squirrel team. Trying to make their way past the Mustang. Oh, wow! So the car's just bottomed out right in the middle of the track. There didn't seem to be... Oh no, and they've had another accident. And another one. Sorry, yeah, you know what, I'm going to watch that one again. That was really bizarre as we've seen there. Let's go into Forbidden Chase Cam. Don't like using this camera, but... you can see there's no contact with the car ahead. The car just bottoms out. The way he hits the brakes over the hump, something's gone drastically wrong there, and that's put them massively at the wall. The crazy squirrel. They'll be coming in to the pits, no doubt. The pits that Vincenzo Senatore already in. At 19th position, that's them. With a few more cars to go through, so they'll be getting that damage repaired. Hopefully make their way back out. Berezovsky. Right on the back of Gilles Alemant. Brescia has managed to break away. He's got a good gap. That is a turbo camera on the Aston. He's got a decent gap as they head out into the hills. Not the case for Alemant. He's got Berezovsky breathing down his neck. Oh, as he almost clips that barrier there. Does manage to keep it out. Pierce still closing in on Niederl. What is that, full commitment, or is that a slight error there? Definitely don't want to be interacting with these curbs like that too often. We've already seen the Aston's on again, really going for it. Oh, the Mustang behind clips the curb and manages to open up a bit of a gap on Aleman's behalf then. He certainly won't be too unhappy at that. We've got Senatore still trying to close in on Gasolina actually, as Remnant Racing still closing down back marker as well. Let's see Senatore just out the pits, so I'm not sure he is as close as that suggests. Yeah, Gasolina much further up the field. So yeah, he's going to tumble down once he gets through the life timing tower on ACC. Unfortunately, not the best when it comes to tracks like the Nordslife. It's just as well there isn't any more as long as this. Berezovsky still chasing Aleman for 6th position. We're almost almost the opening hour of the 24 done and dusted. So we're about 11 minutes away from the stint timers expiring on the drivers, and yeah, with a very long lap. We'll see how many of them can actually get in and actually get 7 laps done. That's going to be the key. Is matching the lead car for laps completed in a stint. Still on board with Berezovsky for the moment. In fact, Verona as well. Now all over the back of Roland. So Roland and Watts, they two were going at it pretty hard. The Porsches swapping positions. But yeah, Watts is taking off now. 3.6 seconds up the road. There's Gasolina closing up on this one as well. And yeah, the BMW of Verona for Nurbs M4. That is some good sector times he's putting in there. Roland really is going to have to get a march on if he's going to fend off his attack. And Gasolina in the Mercedes as well. He could easily follow through on an overtake if these two get either car slightly out of position. Be a bit of a trailer there. Oh, and he's gone for it. It's Gasolina that's got the move done then. Verona caught napping through the right-hander there, and Gasolina gets it done convincingly in the Mercedes. Very nicely done indeed. Berezovsky has still closed up, got an even closer, sorry, to Gilles Aleman, while Brescia has shown the both of them a very clean pair of heels for hold fast. He is absolutely shifting as he heads through the carousel. That's a good 3 seconds of a gap that he's got to Berezovsky. And no, the chat has come alive. Good evening, Jan Barth, or good afternoon, sorry. Sorry, good morning. It's still morning. Oh, now is Berezovsky. Ooh, not quite, not quite. Mark GG's in the chat. Fox and the Moon. Good morning. Rick Popkin as well. Maurizio Messina. Vesta Sport being cheered on. Tom Brunel in the chat. Good afternoon. Or good morning even. Lewis Robinson. Best of luck to everyone. Not on the grid today, but we're tuning in throughout. Hayden Harter. Good morning. Show us that TSE Aston Martin. Give us that sweet, sweet livery. It is a very nice livery. Let's see. So yeah, absolutely spot on livery. Nino Tobin for Astro, but an up and down start to their race. Trips into the pits. This is their Mercedes. Got the Ferrari out there as well. Closing in on Demarcus Kiss in the Pro-Ams. It's Gaz Gasolina up in 14th. It's looking very close at the moment. He's not long. Ooh, and that's not the way to exit. The mini carousel there for the Porsche. Roland was dealing with Watts. Then he was fending off Verona. Now it is going to be Gasolina that's looking to have a go. And along the Dottinger Straight. Oh, and there's Terence Keenan come into the pits. And so is Warner. Race leaders have come into the pits, so we'll see. Yet these drivers are going to follow in. Gasolina, is he going to be in 13th place along the Dottinger Straight? He gets it side by side. Super slipstream mode engaged. Kampa, Brescia, Aleman, Berezovsky, all of them coming into the pits. Of course, 65-minute stint timer, 8-minute lap. With 6 minutes left, won't have enough time, so these two are going to come into the pits. But Gasolina gets it done. Before he comes into the pits, so there's going to be the entire field. Oh well, actually, sorry, not quite the entire field. Chris Jones and Brogan Dyer, they're not long out. They've been into the pits due to damage, so that'll have reset their stint timer. But Chris Warner already in and out. Pit stop 1 done. Rebexy on his way out. Terence Keenan stays behind the wheel. We'll see what happens with neither on the gang, because you can see an absolute flood of cars into the pits. There's going to be quite a few. Oh, excuse me, I might need to double up on my hay fever medication. Yes, indeed we will. So yeah, pit season is upon us. That's going to be the vast majority of the field, and of course a couple of cars that came in for some slightly earlier pit stops for damage. Harold Robert out for racing sim, so there's going to be quite a few changes here. A couple of cars serving penalties as well. Yeah, so we'll see how that shakes up the running order. Berezovsky. It's Shela Mentsev who is behind the wheel. Brescia still ahead. Kampa still out there as well. Terence Keenan behind the wheel for FRL. Maintains third position. Chris Warner, 31 seconds is now the lead that they've got. Absolutely incredible drive off the start. A few cars. Oh, Gilles Aleman picking up a penalty. It's Yannick Ploust that's behind the wheel, but 15 seconds for causing a collision for the MSR car. So yeah, that's going to be Berezovsky and Grant back ahead. We'll see, is it Camille Panis? It's still Bailey Thompson still behind the wheel. He's come back out. Oh, drive-through for speeding in the pit lane. It's Demarcus Kiss for FRL. That's Chris Jones. Sorry, Alan Palmer behind the wheel for the long smile. Demarcus Kiss picking up a penalty. Manuel Novak behind the wheel for Adweiser. Casper Duveloy out ahead of Taylor. Marcus Eng, who had a big penalty to serve, managed to get the car repaired as well for Spectrum Racing. They are back out 24th position at the moment. In fact, potentially 28th. Again, we'll let the timings sort themselves out once everyone's out of the pits. There is Brogan Dyer, Wild Things Racing, almost in the top 10. So one of the teams here that took an earlier pit stop, that's them back out. Oh, and another stop go for speeding in the pit lane. That is Mickey Taylor for MT Motorsport. So that's 2 cars out on track at the moment. Sven Corving is the driver behind the wheel of the Porsche for FRL that's got that penalty as well. It says on the Batek, for Backmarker Racing after their penalty. Oh, they're behind. Oh, sorry, just been overtaken by Bailey Thompson. So 2 of the cars that were battling in the top 10, wow, now find themselves in 21st and 22nd position. This is going to be quite the battle between them. I'm just going to quickly check something. See if we can get that sorted. Batek is behind, and Thompson is now moving off, so not as close as it looked. I'm just trying to see if we can fix that. We've got Porsches battling once again. It's Pika versus Yair. Rebellion Autosport versus the Porsche Mante team. So these two have come out the pits after the penalties. Reverse order once again. So we're down to Pika to try and get the car back ahead. Philippe Brazia has come back out for the Holdfast Motorsport team. He's shown some phenomenal pace in his opening stint. So not massively surprised. Although slight surprise, the track temperature has gone back up again. So it's up to 24 degrees. It went from 23 to 22, back up to 24. So yeah, fun times for the engineers. Not a massive difference, but it can certainly throw your PSIs off. And that's yeah, the last thing you need. Benjamin Eck, whose car had to serve a penalty as well, finds himself in 17th position, just behind. Now that is the Mercedes of Tobin. So Camille Panis actually for Simulation has just got the overtake done. Oh, and he's lost the bag. Benjamin X, he's touched the curb. It's a 360. Oh, wow. And I tell you, he's got very lucky there with that. That could have been a whole lot worse. This is the Nordschleife, as we can see. Just tried to squeeze the overtake there. And just clips that curb. A similar... Yeah, around he goes. Super slow 360, doesn't collect any other drivers, thankfully. And it does manage to continue in the correct direction. Definitely got a fair bit of charging to do to catch back up. And the two Porsches onto the Dottinger straight. Here we go then. Now, which one is going to be in the lead at the end? And again, like the overtake we saw earlier with the Aston Martins, gets it done at the entrance to the Dottinger rather than in the slipstream. So it's going to be a lot of work to get the car fully ahead before they get to the braking zone. Oh, they're moving so closely at the same, moving so equally pace-wise, but he does manage. And now I think there might have been a slight bit of a lift there to let the other Porsche in front just to make sure. Because that is suddenly a big difference here. There is Nachira coming into the pits. They've got themselves back up to 11th position, the RNM flat out team. That early pit stop they took for damage, of course, resetting their stint timer. So we'll see where they come back out. Brogan Dyer did manage to get an extra lap in. Oh, but he's carrying damage on that by the look of it. Let's have a look at this. Oh, that's not going to end well. Oh, so they've had to do an entire lap with that damage. Dyer and Nachira, the two cars that... no, sorry, Nachira came together with Bailey Thompson. My apologies, different cars. There's Bailey Thompson there, out on track. So Nachira in the pits, Dyer in the pits, Tobin in the pits as well. Chris Warner off into the distance, completely unfettered by everything that's gone on behind them. Campa and Brescia are the two closest. Brescia getting that overtake done. They're now up to 4th position. Holdfast really are on a charge. Camille Pan is getting close. Bailey Thompson as well getting close. I am... Laura Jimenez Trujillo says SJ, good luck. Tico the Tortoise saying 911 for the win. That would be Chris Pica in the Porsche. Yeah, quite the battle they're having at the moment. And I am enjoying the Dragon livery on the side. Yeah, it does look very good. In fact, Camille Panis as well. Is that... oh, he's got the overtake done. Brogan Dyer isn't as close as that suggests. And... Bailey Thompson, them in 17th position, got another FRL Ferrari just ahead of him. As Corbin comes in to serve with drive-throughs, Nottens and Mateus both into the pits as well. It's all over the place with the pit stops after those early ones. Kai Verona out for the Nurbs 24 Mercedes. Van Meegum behind the wheel of the... sorry, the BMW we were just on board with. Verona's in the BMW, it's Van Meegen in the Yellow Submarine Mercedes, trying to keep up with Camille Panis at the moment. It does say Camille, it's Samuel Jair that is ahead of him. There we go. Nachira just tumbling down the order as he's just out of the pits again. The telemetry tower on the left is rendered near useless for about half a lap after everyone comes into the pits here at the Nordschleife. It does catch up eventually. Do you guys do mid-race interviews? I want to clear my name, says Andrew Shaw. Yeah, we do have teams and drivers in. Yeah, as long as, yeah, obviously, as long as there's no mudslinging. But if you want to come in and clear your name, if there was an incident early doors that you got caught up in, yeah, we could certainly facilitate that. Okay, perfect. Right, so there's going to be... Let me just set this up now. There's going to be a very quick break in the broadcast. My apologies, but there's it's just not quite set proper. Okay, so yeah, bear with us a second. The stream is going to temporarily stop and it will start again. There will be a ping on the server. Thank you to everyone for hanging in there. And I will get this fixed as quickly as